All right. Good morning. As you get here, make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here. Good morning. Good morning. As I hit go live in all the places. All right. Let's just make sure. All right. We are good. And then let me pull this up on my phone. Whoops. I'm doing the wrong thing. Go figure. There we go. All right, perfect. Good morning, Wendy. Good morning. Great to have you here. Whoops. All right, got that set up. How are you this morning, Wendy? It's a little nipply today, but man, oh man, was the moon beautiful last night. And it's not even full, but it was beautiful and bright, and it was just such a reminder of the magnificence of the world, right? And I know it's always amazing, right? But every now and then, oh, I feel great. I feel great. I've got a little sniffles from the cold, but I'm good. And last night's or yesterday, it wasn't really last night, it was yesterday's live with Dr. Nancy was so good. And I appreciate everybody that showed up live. And if you haven't seen it, make sure you go and watch the replay. I did put that in the group so that anybody that wanted to watch could. And then I put all the connection points for her so you can reach out. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Respiratory stuff can really, really get you, can't it? But I'm glad you're doing better every day. And we'll all keep you in our thoughts and prayers, right? Missed it, we'll catch the replay. Okay, cool. Because it was definitely good. And we ended the whole thing with her doing like a, because, I've been working with her a little bit. And one of the things that she does a lot of times is we do this prayer or this mantra. And the thing is that I ask her, I said, can you do that for everybody here? So there's one of those at the end of that. So definitely caught it on the ship. Yeah, that happens, right? You can catch it on the ship, you can catch it on a plane, you can actually catch it at the grocery store or anywhere. Those respiratory infections are just a viral thing that it just floats around, right? I don't know that it's anything that you have to come in contact with. I think it's in the air. I could be wrong. I am not a doctor by any means. Even though I've watched them on TV, I can't claim to be a doctor. Don't you love people every now and then you see them that seem to be an expert of things because they've watched it on TV or they've seen just enough and know just enough to be dangerous. And it's funny, as I'm saying that, I remember my mother used to have a cosmetology school years ago, and I worked in it. And the thing that was really funny was as students would come in and they didn't know anything, and as they'd start learning things, then suddenly they would be coming around trying to tell you that they knew more. It was like, but this is this. And it's like, wait a minute. If you knew everything, you'd already have your license. Just chill out a minute here. But it was like bizarre. They knew just enough to be dangerous, is the way I like to put it. Next time you'll mask up. Okay. Now remember, unless you've got, I know I'm probably not supposed to be saying this, but unless you've got the medical grade mask, When you're wearing a mask, the only people you're protecting are the other people. You have to have a medical grade mask to be protecting yourself. So just so you know, is it called an N95 or whatever it is? But it's the medical grade mask are the only ones that protect you when you're out with people. The masks that they sell, most of them are just to protect other people and give you a sense of protection, but there's really none unless you've got the medical grade. Just saying. And if I'm wrong, correct me, but that's my understanding. I have quite a few clients that are in the medical profession, and that's what they tell me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab today's affirmation. Hold on a second. And this affirmation came from some of the stuff that Dr. Nancy talked about last night and from some of the stuff that she and I've worked on. And then I had some new people wanting to be in the group, and some of the stuff that they were saying that they needed, it was like, okay, this is definitely what I need to be talking about today. So I wore medical grade mask covered with decorative one. Ooh, I like it. I like it a lot. I have a mask that I wore all the time. That was it's a cloth mask, but I would put one underneath it. And good morning, Carrie. Good morning. Good to have you here. And it's almost like it was actually sold like as a Halloween mask because it's the I don't remember. I'll have to get it and show it to you at some point. And my daughter has one where it looks like it's a man's face smoking a cigar. So we used to do all that stuff. All right. So today's affirmation is, ta-da! I am, remember how powerful that is, right? The goose that laid the golden egg. And who doesn't know that story, right? Filled with limitless potential and the power to create abundance in my life. What say you? What do you feel when you say to yourself, I am the goose that laid the golden egg? Filled with limitless potential and the power to create abundance in my life. How does that feel? I definitely need to get that Jeopardy music going. Because it just fills the void when you're waiting. Can you imagine being on Jeopardy and when they're having everybody fill out the stuff that was just total silence? Wouldn't be quite so fun, would it? So I definitely need to bring that. I've got another phone. I have one for the salon and then my personal one. I ought to bring it in here and set it up with the Jeopardy music. All right. So you're trying. So does that mean that you're trying to feel that is true, or that you're trying to recognize your abundance? Yes. Okay. All right. So the thing is that we can break it down a little bit, right? So we're going to, when we get to the journal prompt, we'll have a little bit more to work with. But the thing is that remember that anything you say after the words I am is ultra powerful. So I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Well, for one thing, the word trying is in your subconscious mind. It interprets that word as it can't be done because you try and you try and you try and you try, right? So maybe, and I'm not just jumping on you, Carrie, I promise. I'm just trying to be helpful if that's okay. So the thing is that you could say, I am beginning to be the goose that laid the golden egg. I am the goose that laid the golden egg, and I see it every day. I'm creating abundance. Yes, Wendy. So it's just rephrase it so it doesn't feel like it's something that's way out there. So I am in the beginning. Yeah, yeah. So just anytime you catch yourself saying anything about trying, just stop right there and then see if you can rephrase things just a little bit. And because, I'm a hypnotist, and one of the words that we use to help people to get under hypnosis to where they can't actually open their eyes or they can't move or they can't whatever is we tell them to try. So I'm just, abundance surrounds me. Yes, yes. So, and we have the power, and we've talked about this so many times that, everything's right there. It's there. And we want to be open and allowing so that it just kind of comes for us, right? So by just spending some time feeling like I am the goose that laid the golden egg. And you guys all know the story, right? About the goose that laid the golden egg. And I almost did the one, I can't remember who it was that spun the straw into gold. Love that one. Yeah. I couldn't remember the name. So I thought, okay, well, we'll just forget about that one. Is it the Midas touch? Oh, hell, I don't even remember. But when I was trying to do this, I thought, okay, we'll just go with the goose that laid the golden egg, because, I mean, what if you did have, just think, if you had a goose in your backyard and suddenly it's laying golden eggs and they're just everywhere. I mean, just think about it. I mean, it's that way if we allow it to be. And the thing is that it doesn't happen for most people overnight. Now, some people it can. Was this, what? Let me see. Was this S. Ray's? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Hello, Luis. I see you're on Instagram. Thank you for being here. And if I don't comment with you, it's because I don't look back over to Instagram very often. But you're more than welcome to join in today for our affirmation and journal prompt. And like I said, our affirmation, we're going to put it on our sticky note, our index card, the screensaver on our phone, on a chalkboard, on our mirror with a chalk marker, wherever we can put it. And so it is, spell check is killing me. Rapunzel. Okay. Rapunzel, that's it. That's it. Spell check is sometimes it's like I'll send a text and then right as soon as I hit send, I look at it and it's like, oh, autocorrect has changed the entire thing. But yeah, so then I end up having to correct. But I get you. I get you. So anyway, when you're creating your little sticky note and everything, all you really have to put on there is I am the goose that laid the golden egg, because holy crap, is that not big enough, right? Because I am the goose that laid the golden egg, meaning I have limited potential and the power to create abundance in my life, to create so much in my life if I'm open and I choose to, right? The thing comes to, like, there's a couple of things that hold a lot of people back financially is their limiting beliefs, right? They have money blocks. And there's also a thing that T. Harv Eker, when I went, I think it was T. Harv Eker, that I went to one of his seminars, and one of the things that he kept talking about was our financial thermostat. And so I really dove into looking at that. And as a hypnotist, I I studied and I see that everybody has a thermostat for everything in their life. So they have a thermostat as far as what they will have in relationships, their finances, their personal connections, their spirituality. They have a thermostat for all of that. And what that means is, like, if you have a thermostat in your house, which mine's being tested this morning because it's so cool outside. But let's look at our thermostat that you have in your home, right? And that thermostat, let's say you've got it set on 70 degrees and it's hot as hell outside, and you open up all the windows. Now, as that temperature outside starts heating up the house, that 70-degree temperature is going crazy, right? So our air conditioner will pop on and it'll bring it down to 70 degrees, no matter how much it has to struggle to get there because the windows are open, right? But the same is, you've got it set on 70 degrees and it's cold outside and you open the windows and it plummets the temperature, then the thermostat is going to do everything it can. It's going to crank up that heater and it's going to run it incessantly until it gets back up to 70 degrees. So we have the same kind of thermostat in us for everything. So when it comes to the financial part of it, if you go and you look at the last 5 years of your life, was your average income, you're going to see that it doesn't fluctuate too drastically much from what you believe that you can do. And so you have this internal thermostat for what you believe financially is acceptable for you, possible for you, that wouldn't piss people off, that might not make people envious of you, whatever it is. And the thing is you can get beyond it. I mean, if your financial thermostat is set at $50,000, let's say, and suddenly you get somebody comes and hires you to do something and you're at $100,000, and now your financial thermostat is like, whoa, I don't know how to deal with that. So you're going to have some new bills that show up. You're going to have repairs that show up. You're going to lose some, like you're going to invest it and it's going to go horribly wrong. You're going to have people that are going to try to steal it. All these things are going to happen to bring you right back to that 50,000, just like your thermostat in the house does for your heating and air, right? And so one of the things that just by playing with these phrases and changing things, and then I've got an offer for you I'm gonna give you in a few minutes. But the thing is that one of the things that we need to do is change our mental thermostat when it comes to money, because no matter what you do, you're going to be bringing yourself back to that place that you feel the most comfortable, whether it's really comfortable or not. It's just what your subconscious mind and your conscious mind together think that you can do, or think that is appropriate. That, like I said, that people, nobody will, if you go over this financial thermostat, you think that people will try to take it, or that people will be envious of you and they won't like you anymore, or some of your friends will leave. And there's all of these things that are limiting beliefs around all of that get that thermostat active, right? And I don't know, does that make sense to you guys? But doing our affirmations and our journal prompts, those help. But there is ways that we can actually do it a little bit faster and a little more personalized, right? And so I'll tell you about those in just a few minutes. And, if you want to take advantage of it, that's great. But if you don't, that's okay. Just do this and keep working at it, and it'll happen. You'll be able to change that thermostat incrementally, and as you pay attention to this stuff, right? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the journal prompt. Let's see, I think I have to take this off for it to fit in there. Let's see if that does it. All right. I got an error message on that one for some reason. That's just odd. All right. So our journal prompt is, if you truly believed you held the golden egg of abundance within, what would you do differently? Now think about that one. What would you do differently? And that doesn't mean that suddenly you're going to go out and you're just going to start blowing money and getting credit cards and just buying willy-nilly whatever the hell you want and then be in a worse place. That's one of those limiting beliefs that'll put you there, right? That's where that thermostat will be, but let's give them tons of debt and then they can't get out. So be mindful of what you're thinking as you're doing this. What would you do differently? Would you be in read different books? Would you be listening to different podcasts? Would you be doing associating with some different people? Would you go to different meetups? What would you do? What would be different? And then list all the ways you'd nurture your talents and let your gifts shine to create your own treasures, because that's where the treasure lies, is your gifts and your talents, right? So if you truly believed you held the golden egg of abundance within you, what would you do differently? And then list all the ways you'd nurture your talents and let your gifts shine to create your own treasures. Because if you're using your gifts and talents, man, oh man, it's coming. It's just being drawn to you, right? Let me take a sip of my coffee. All right, now I'm going to go back to the affirmation. Teach others. All right, Carrie, good. So our affirmation, remember, I am the goose that laid the golden egg, filled with limitless potential and the power to create abundance in my life. Make sure you utilize that as much as you can today, right? And so the thing too is, like I say it every morning, but I'll say it again. We want to have a notebook that's specifically for the affirmations and the journal prompts, or you have a journal that's specifically for this. And then you put the date, you put the affirmation and the journal prompt. And then let me get back to the journal prompt. And then you get it all written on your paper, right? And then you take a few moments to just sit in silence and quiet that chatter that goes on, the one that says, golden egg, hell, you ain't got no damn golden egg, right? Doesn't that pop in? It does. Who do you think you are? You can't do this. If you do, you won't keep it. I would be a philanthropist. Okay. I love that. So then, as you're looking at this, if you truly believed you held the golden egg of abundance within, what would you do differently? So Carrie, you just said you'd teach others. And then Wendy, you said you'd be a philanthropist. So then list all the ways you'd nurture your talents and let your gifts shine to create your own treasures. How would you nurture those talents that you have to enable you to be the teacher, Carrie, or the philanthropist, Wendy, right? And so as you come out of that silent space and you look at this, then that's when you just brain dump everything that pops up, everything. No judgment, no critiquing, no filtering, just put it all in. And then one of the things that I challenge you with is, Carrie, what do you want to teach others? And then maybe find someone that you can teach something small and start exercising that teaching muscle if you're not doing it already. And if you are, then just expand on that, or really celebrate the fact that you're doing that, right? And then Wendy, how could you become a philanthropist? I know There was what I used to do was I belonged to several different meetups that did philanthropy work. And then I would just go to the meetups that I could participate in. So how could you start doing that today? Even if it's just a little tiny piece, right? How can you let that be what you're doing now? And I love this affirmation in the journal prompt, and it really shines a little bit of a light on some of the things that hold us back, of having that belief, right? That's what I'm trying to figure out. All right, maybe spend some time in silence today and let's see. Spend some time in silence today, Carrie, and just brain dump everything that you can and then go and look at it. I do it now by creating fundraisers for breast cancer. Beautiful, Wendy, beautiful. Have you ever thought about starting a meetup group about it? That might be something to just expand it a little bit more. Carrie and I are getting ready to work on another October luncheon. Beautiful. Ooh, yay. All right, so I told you I was going to have an offer for you. And like I said, if it's something that you want to take advantage of, amazing. But if not, no harm, no foul. You do you continue to show up and you continue to work on this, right? The thing is that let's see. Jennifer says, "Good morning. My name is Jennifer Hammer. I love living in Cancun and eating Italian food." Oh, beautiful. Thank you for being here, Jennifer. We appreciate you. And so the offer for today, oh, wait. I keep having to change windows. Probably this one's going to be intimate, maybe an opportunity to talk about it. Yeah, yeah. And you can expand so much on all of that with the Zooms, the internet, and everything, right? So we don't have to just be philanthropists in our little neck of the woods. We can expand it out. So maybe that's expanding it out more. So the limiting beliefs that we hold, one of the things that's interesting is that our subconscious mind has beliefs that are good for us, and then it has beliefs that are not so good for us, right? And so some of the beliefs that we have were developed, or all of our limiting beliefs were developed from the things that we've heard, that we've seen, the people have told us, the watching our parents, watching other people. And we develop these amazing limiting beliefs, especially when it comes to finances, right? Like I talked about our thermostat and how it gets at this level. The reason it's at where it is from your experiences that you've had. And so you can really work to get beyond that. It takes some time. And then sometimes you can pop right back to that old limiting belief or that old thermostat, and then it'll revert right back. So the beauty of hypnosis is that through hypnosis, I can actually go in and we can look at those deepest, darkest secrets or thoughts around money. And we don't really have to dive into them too much, but we can explore them a little bit, and then we release them. And so it's a beautiful process that we can go through. And one of the things that after I talked to Dr. Nancy last night and had her in the group and she and I chatted a little, it was like, this was just something that I wanted to offer. So for the first 10 people that decide to do this, you get 2 sessions for the price of 1. So that means you'll get 2 sessions for $300 instead of $300 a piece. So if it's something that you're interested in, definitely just in the comments say me or send me a direct message, whatever you want to do, and then I'll send you the link. We can have a conversation. If you're interested, but you're just a little apprehensive, you've never had hypnosis, you really don't understand it that much, just reach out and I'll be more than happy to have a little intro call with you that gives you a little bit more information about what hypnosis is and if it can actually help. But I'm telling you, when it comes to your financial thermostat and your limiting beliefs about money, it is spot on and it can change things so quickly. Some people need more than the 2 sessions, but you can make a tremendous change in just 2 sessions. So like the thing is, like Shrek says, we're layers of onions. And so we'll peel off some layers and we'll get you started on that path of that thermostat being opened up a little bit more. So like I said, just let me know if that is something that you're intrigued about, you want to have a conversation, or you want the link to go ahead and invest in changing your financial thermostat. It's entirely up to you. And so let me get back. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the affirmation. And it is, I am the goose that laid the golden egg, filled with limitless potential and the power to create abundance in my life. Doesn't that feel good? What if you really believed all of that, right? What if that is your truth? That is your new normal. Be nice, right? So if you truly believed you held the golden egg of abundance within, what would you do differently? And list all the ways you'd nurture your talents and let your gifts shine to create your own treasures, because it's all within us. We just got to be open and let it out and vibrate in a way that just starts drawing all of this amazing abundance and opportunities to us, right? All right, so let me look at the time. Okay, so I have a client that I am going to be getting to in just a few moments. So you have, Wendy, where are you? What is you're welcome, Carrie. What is our closing statement for the day? Wendy, you're always so good at it. Have a gloriously, hold on. Let me put it over here where I can see it better. Have a gloriously golden, abundant day. Ooh, I love it. I love it. You are so good at this. This is one of your talents that you might not have even known you had. All right, everybody. It was so amazing to be here and to be here with you. And if you're watching the replay, make sure you put #replay. And if you're watching on one of the other places and you're not part of this amazing stand up and stand out community, it's very easy to become a member. All you have to do is go to VickyPoole.com, VICKIEPOOLE.com. Answer the prompted questions, and then you'll be in the group. And I know yesterday when I had Dr. Nancy in, I actually streamed it out a little bit. But most of the time I keep it just for you guys. And so just a reminder, we've got Ruthie on Tuesday, the 29th. She's going to be here as a guest expert. And Luis was on Instagram. I don't know if he's still there or not, but I want to have Luis back in again to talk to us, especially when we're talking about this being a golden egg, right? Being the goose that laid the golden egg. And we've just got lots of golden eggs, right? So I will see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, and have a gloriously golden, abundant day, and I will see you then. Mwah.